It's May 21st, 2012. The last year alive. But don't fret, we've still got another 7 months left to live. Exactly! Oh, what a great day to start this show. We've got 7 more months of entertainment left. Right, guy? Right? There's no one here. Welcome to the Video Game News Report. I'm your host, Ayumu Kagami, and I've got the latest and greatest video game news, updates, and geeking paraphernalia. What's paraphernalia, you ask? Go look it up! Don't ask me. I'm on YouTube! Anyway, this week we're going to be going over Assassin's Creed 3 and the Amazing Spider-Man game. Now, I know what you're saying. And stop saying it. This is YouTube. I can't hear you. I'm in the future. We've got a little bit more to show you later on, but keep watching. The past. It's a mysterious thing. What have your ancestors done? My ancestors rode over on the Mayflower. You know what that means? Nothing. They just hopped on it. Well, it wasn't the Mayflower. It was one of the ships accompanying the Mayflower. But, I mean, do you know... I don't know what the ship was called. It was probably a little dinghy, and they were, like, hooked up. The past. Assassin's Creed franchises dealt with ancestors, and they were all assassins, going against the Templars. We've got to look into the Assassin's Creed 3 game, the newest in the series, coming out late this year. In Assassin's Creed 3, you take the role of Connor, or as he's known as Mohawk Village, Ratohatatatone. Raduhagedo. That's how you pronounce it. This game takes place during the 18th century of America with the 13 colonies and all that great stuff. The game goes through 1753 to 1783. Right through that gosh darn revolution. Now, this game does have important figures, and it seems like it's going to be one of the most impressive Assassin's Creed games because it's not just historical landmarks anymore. We're dealing with historical people and actual events that happened that we have pretty well recorded data on, so that seems like it's all going to be a really big thing. Connor is a Native American, and that's cool. He's of the Mohawk tribe. He's half Native American, half white. That's what the article I read said. He's half white. So he's more neutral to the situations. The combat in this game seems like it's really going to pick up, because it seems you can dual wield. He has a knife and a tomahawk. And the article I read said that you can switch it up, so maybe you can dual wield like a musket. Dual wield muskets! What could be better? I'm gonna dual wield muskets in the game, if I can. Ubisoft Montreal has a new gaming engine where they were capped before at about 100 people being on the screen. Now they said they can get about 1,000, which is incredible. It's supposed to make the game look next-gen, but on current-gen. The storytelling of this game still picks up right with Desmond, only now he's following a different ancestor, which is Connor. The Assassin's Creed games have been really good with the storyline, and I think they're going to keep on going. The game is supposed to be much more focused around exploration than just go to point A and point B and then rinse and repeat. The wilderness section of this game is supposed to be about 1.5 times the size of all of Brotherhood. That's a big game, because everything's not just the wilderness, there's still cities. This is going to be a big game. I think about 1/3 of the quests are going to be found in the wilderness, so it's not like it's just there, as it was in the first Assassin's Creed game, Between the Kingdoms. It actually seems like it has more of a purpose. The combat system is more focused around being aggressive. In previous games, I found it just as easy to sit there and hit the counter button over and over because I'm just countering, taking guys down. But this is supposed to be much more aggressive, and the assassinations always seemed awkward to me. I mean, you assassinate someone and it looks like they're taking their time. This game, it's like you'd assassinate someone and you keep on going. I like being aggressive in video games. I don't really like being defensive. I'm horrible at it. The storyline of this game, as I've said, is all about the Revolutionary War and the time period around there and everything like that. So, swords aren't really a big used thing, which kind of makes me sad because I love swords. But I think this game has potential to be the best out of them all. And the game takes place, like with Desmond, takes place around the year 2012. We're in 2012. And that's supposed to be the end of the world. Will this game foretell our futures? October 30th, this game is released. You must beat it before the end. We must know! Superheroes are a great part in our culture. Now, they haven't had the best rep in video games, seeing as how a lot of them sucked. Like Superman 64. That was the best game ever. Oh, I need to correct myself. It's Superman 4, the 64, because Superman 64 was on Commodore 64. Yeah. But everyone calls it Superman 64, so I will too. But Batman has fared amazingly as of late in video games. I mean, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, fantastic games. Marvel, I haven't seen too much success with recently. There is a new Spider-Man game coming out on June 26th, The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, for those of you who want to see the movie, which comes out a week later, don't worry, this is more of an epilogue. And, I mean, it's Spider-Man, it's like 50 years old, you already know what's going to happen roughly. It's just good to see it. Right? Yeah, I'm right. But yeah, so here I'm going to go in depth about The Amazing Spider-Man. Here we go. A lot of the times, games are criticized because they have a similar aspect to other games. And, I mean, I understand that if you blatantly rip something off, you should be a little upset, and, well, it's just ripping it off. But when it comes down to controls and gameplay mechanics, stop. Just stop it. Shooting games, they're all the same. It's the exact same. Like, Battlefield switches it up and doesn't have circle as crouch, it has pushing on the joystick. That's not a big game changer. The Amazing Spider-Man game is going to have battle that seems similar to Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Now, people probably are like, well, this is copying the game. Shut up. The game looks good. The Batman games, they did it right. Why do you want them to come up with their own new control scheme and then just produce another bad game? Using something that's done well is the same as that old phrase, if it's not broken, don't fix it. The controls from those are good. So transfer them to other games, we get new storylines, tweak them a little bit. Don't make it the exact same game. Spider-Man is more about agility and everything. So make it faster. Make him run quicker. Make him do more acrobatic stuff. I think that's amazing. Now, there's also some new things that they have put in. It's a thing called Web Rush mode, which I think is pretty cool. It's you go into a first-person view, and you can you select the destination, and you'll speed over there. Now, it isn't just you watch a cutscene while you're speeding. You can stop it any way midpoint. Now, if you get into a battle and you start getting overpowered, you can use that to escape. I really hope it works well, because Spider-Man's not about, I'm gonna stand there and be the tank and fight everyone without any intelligence. No, he'll run away, and then you could jump up to the ceiling and then string up some guys so you can handle them better. I think that's awesome. The game also has some leveling components. You can level up Spider-Man's combos by beating down enemies, and if you find technologies, you can level up his web stuff, because as Spider-Man does, he has web coming out of a machine. No, it's not out of his wrist. It's out of a machine he built. Shame on you, previous Spider-Man movies. Not dealing with the Green Goblin, I think that's really cool. It's other villains are involved, and that's awesome, like Lizard Man. When I was a kid and I watched a show, Lizard Man was my favorite villain. But nope, I haven't seen anything about Lizard Man. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Ha! I've just taught you something. But the Earth was thought to be flat. It was, you just drop, sploot. Well, there wouldn't be a sploosh, it'd just be nothing. That's how the Earth was originally thought of. But with modern technology and flying speeder planes, we found out that it's circular. Or maybe it's just a time rift where we go, and it goes out on the other side. Science hasn't determined that much. But, the game Xenoblade Chronicles takes place on two colossal beings caught in a struggle. Now, they're not moving around the whole time because, well, people would go flying off. But that's where the setting takes place. And if you like good old-fashioned RPGs, and I don't mean they have to be, you know, turn-based, but good solid storyline and everything like that, here's some more information on Xenoblade Chronicles for the Nintendo Wii. Whoa! Never thought I'd talk about a Wii game. Here's more. With JRPGs, people love to point out the cliches in them, and that's not the worst thing. I like it when there's something new, but what I like more is when a storyline is good. Cliches are things we're familiar with, like the fact that the hero always wins. That's a cliche. But I like seeing the hero win, because I relate to the hero, and I enjoy the hero. Xenoblade Chronicles does have some cliches in it, but it has something a lot of Japanese RPGs that come over to America don't have. A good storyline and good voice acting. That seems to be the biggest problem. Dialogue drives characters, and it makes them better. Like, with Final Fantasy 7 and 8, they had better dialogue than 13-2. I don't want to get started on that one, but I think it's horrible. The gameplay in this game is where it excels because it has tight controls on the Wii. Wow. And it has upgrades and equipment and everything that makes the game fun and gives you more stuff to do in the game. It also has a unique battle component where your character throughout the storyline can see into the future, the main character. And yeah, that's going to be used all the time just to progress the storyline, but it can be used in battle, which I haven't seen before. It gives you a small glimpse ahead to a character that'll die, and you can try and stop it. You can switch to that character and do a one last act of salvation trying to save yourself, or you can use potions, healing items to save them, or you can have your character jump into the fray and try and protect them. I think that's really cool. Now, this game, I want to play it super bad. It's already out, and just, wow. Well done, Nintendo. Well done.
Gravity Rush for the PlayStation Vita. It allows you to control gravity. If I had the powers to control gravity, I wouldn't have been texting, surfing the web on my smartphone, dropped it down the drain, and had to switch to this. Awesome! But we're going to go into Gravity Rush today, and if you play the game, maybe you won't have to get one of these. Here's more.
Gravity Rush missed the release for the PlayStation Vita. I mean, that's not too bad. Better game. I'm glad they fixed it and worked on the game more than just rushing it and sending it out. The game comes out on May 29th. And, I mean, that's pretty soon. It's 8 days away. I'm looking forward to it. I love the art style of the game. It has that cel-shaded look that really entices me. I love that when it comes down to games. And I'm really excited. And with the game, you can control gravity, but you can't fly. It's not that you fly, it's that you would reverse gravity so that you would fall upwards. Now, I think that's really cool. And to make things better, you can do it to enemies. You have a small radius that you control the gravity of. I think that's awesome. So you can lift up your opponents and have them go flying off. See you later. Bye-bye. This game centers around a girl named Kat, with a K, who likes cats, with a C. Now, I think that's kind of cheesy, but I have to admit, when I first read that, I laughed. I'm honestly not sure how this game is going to really feel when you play it, because with Control, the only way to know how Control truly feels is to play the game. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this game as soon as I can and testing it out.
Thank you for watching this week's episode. If you have any comments, post them down below. Are they positive, negative? Are they about my mouse that I use for my computer that's on and my computer's closed? Post comments down below. And if you are more of a Facebook kind of person, like our Facebook page. It's over here. Annotated. Annotated! But if you want them in short 160 character increments, or 50, 150, probably 7 character increments for, yeah, right over here, follow us on the Twitters. Well, that's all for this time. Stay tuned for next week. This is important news! Look at it!